I'm Haley and thank you so much for joining me today. I have a huge empties video. I love this kind of content because I feel like it forces me to reflect upon the products that I've used up, whether or not I would repurchase them and whether they have a place in my collection going forward. I also feel like it's a really good chance to do a lot of speed reviews at once. So if you like hearing a lot of thoughts on a lot of different products in one video, keep on watching. So I feel like this month I have an absolutely insane amount of empties from Bath & Body Works. I was just like on my bath body care routine game over the course of the last month, and I've used up a lot. So first of all, I have 3 body creams from Bath & Body Works. The first is the Cotton Candy Clouds that came out at semi-annual sale earlier this year. Really like this one, and it's my favorite in this formula, so I really like it in the body cream more than the body spray or anything like that, because I feel like the actual cream just gives it really this creamy whipped cream note that is so pretty and just delicious, and I would purchase this one next year. And then I also have Confetti Daydream that came out at semi-annual sale also, and this is a really nice. If you like a really fruity scent, this one is for you. It has the notes of fresh raspberry, sparkling pear, and blue iris. I just felt like this really went well with any of my fruity floral perfumes, and I really enjoyed this body cream. Then next up I had the Fresh Amalfi Lemon body cream. This is my first time trying this in the Bodycare. I did like it. I wore it with my citrus perfumes over the last month or so, and that is how I got the most wear out of this. I felt like it was a really nice base for some of my different kinds of citrus summer scents, which I did enjoy, but I do think this leans a little too much into the kitchen cleaner or kitchen candle kind of lemon scent, and for that reason I probably would not repurchase this, but it was fun to try. And next up I have a couple of body washes. Bear in mind I did use some of these as bubble bath. I think depending on the formula, you can definitely use body wash as a bubble bath. I think it's a great way to use up if you have extra product. But the first one is the Cotton Candy Clouds shower gel. Again, really like this one, and I thought it was a really nice as a bubble bath as well. This plus some Epsom salts is just a great bath. Then I also had a Firecracker Pop from Bath & Body Works. I really enjoyed this. This is actually my first time trying Firecracker Pop, which tends to come out every year around the summertime for 4th of July, and this was just really fun for the month of June and July leading up to the 4th of July. It is a really summery cherry scent, so not like a deep, sexy cherry, more just like a fun bomb pop type cherry, and I really enjoyed this one and would definitely consider buying it next year. Then last up for body washes, I have the L'Occitane almond oil shower oil. This is my first time trying this. I picked it up when Ulta had this half off earlier in the year, and I enjoyed it a lot. If I saw it half off again, I'd pick it up. I probably wouldn't buy it full price because it is pretty spendy, but I thought it was really nice, super moisturizing, and also really nice to use in the bath. Then next up I have a bunch of Tree Hut body scrubs. I love the Tree Hut body scrubs. I feel like they're a great, super exfoliating texture. They rinse clean and don't leave any oily residue on the skin, and I love these for summer, just getting off sticky sunscreen, sweat, any of that, prepping for shaving. Love these for that. So I tried the new Raspberry Fizz that came out recently. I liked this one. I thought it was nice. It's very generic. I feel like it's just a very basic raspberry scent. So while I did enjoy this one, I probably wouldn't seek it out, especially if they came out with it in other formulas. Probably wouldn't buy this one again, but it was fun to try. Also new this summer, I had the Tangerine body scrub from Tree Hut. This was nice. Again, it was very generic and kind of a one note, but it's a very pretty citrus summery tangerine scent. And it smells really good. I did really enjoy using this one. I liked this one a little bit more than the raspberry, but again, it's just very one note without a lot of depth. Then I also had Desert Haze from Tree Hut. This one reminds me a lot of one of the Bath & Body Works like more signature scents. I forget which one, but it's all right. You know, it's not one of my favorites. I had been trying this, I think maybe for the first or second time. This is one that I would grab when they have these on a really good deal. Totally inoffensive, but more just using it for the product and the formula than the scent. Then last up for Tree Hut, one of my all-time favorites, and that is Cotton Candy. If you really love cotton candy scents, buy this. It's so good. It's super yummy, super sweet. The color is absolutely gorgeous, vibrant pink, and I love it. This is just one of, I feel like, the top Tree Hut scents. And I think it's great for summer, and it's just extra delicious. I also used up a deodorant over the course of the last month or so, and that is the Native deodorant in Sweet Peach and Nectar. This smells so good. It smells like peaches and cream. It smells like peach ice cream, some kind of a delicious creamy peach dessert. This is so yummy. I'm not a huge fan of the Native deodorant formula. There's just other aluminum-free deodorants that I actually prefer in terms of effectiveness, but this smells so good. It was really hard to pass up, and if I see this scent come around in other Native products, I would definitely consider purchasing them. Then last up, I have a million things of Epsom salts. I tore my meniscus a while back, so I've just been using Epsom salt baths honestly almost every day to help with pain relief, things like that, inflammation, and it's just really relaxing and effective. And so I go through so many of these bags of Epsom salts. I also have a couple of the bath salts from Flood, which is a brand I really enjoy. These are just like supercharged Epsom salts with scent. Really great, love this brand, and have really been enjoying these. Okay, and then moving on into some hand care. I don't know why, but we used up so much hand soap over the last month or so. Most of these are from Bath & Body Works. The first one I have is Ice Lemon Pound Cake in the foaming soap. Really like this one. I love Ice Lemon Pound Cake. I felt like the soap smelled a little bit differently from the Bodycare in that this really has a strong poppy seed note to me, so it kind of smells like a lemon poppy seed muffin, but I did really enjoy this one, and I love the packaging. Next up from Bath & Body Works is a Watermelon Slices. This is just a very fun fruity watermelon candy scent. I really enjoyed this one. Also had from the Bridgerton collection the Diamond of the Season hand gel. This was fine. I didn't really feel like it was super special. In fact, none of the Bridgerton collection really blowed me away or anything like that. This was supposed to smell like Sparkling Peach, Spring Daffodil, and Radiant Jasmine, but it just smelled pretty generic. I don't really think I was ever like, ooh, I love this one, or I hope it comes back, or anything like that. Plus, the pump was broken, so I had to pour this into another bottle. So don't love that, and probably would not I don't know, seek out any of the Bridgerton collection if they come back. Also had the Bath & Body Works Sweet Apple Foaming Hand Soap. Love this one. If you like just pure apple scents that aren't cinnamon apple or super fall apple, definitely check this one out. It smells so good. It really just does smell like sweet apple. And if you're like more of a apple girly than a pumpkin girly in the fall, this one is for you. And last up, I had one of the limited edition Mrs. Meyer's hand soaps in the Daisy scent. This is nice. It's really not anything to write home about, and I feel like this is kind of expensive for the bottle size. This is about at least $4.50 or maybe $5 for this size bottle. And the pump also broke on this one, so I poured this into another hand soap, and we're using this one up right now, but probably would not repurchase, but it was fun to try. Then last up, I had a little pocket back from Bath & Body Works. This is just the Black Cherry Merlot. Love Black Cherry Merlot. It's really one of my all-time favorite scents from Bath & Body Works. Okay, let's get into some skincare. I have a ton of sunscreens here. It's obviously summer. Been trying to up my SPF usage, and I have a couple of Asian sunscreens. This is one of my favorite. This is the Sun Killer Perfect Water Essence alcohol-free sunscreen, SPF 50, and I just love this. It doesn't break me out. It's so lightweight. It feels absolutely like you have nothing on the skin. It's available on Amazon as well as at YesStyle, and it's super affordable. I think around $10. So really like this one and have already repurchased it. This one from Kosé. This is the Sun Cut UV Perfect Gel, also SPF 50. I like this one a lot, just not as much as the Sun Killer one. It's also very affordable, so I think this is a good option. I wouldn't recommend this one if you have super sensitive skin because I do believe it has alcohol in it and it can be a little more drying, but it is a really nice gel texture and I did enjoy this one. Then I also had one from Roto. This is the Sunplay Sport SPF 120. I do know that dermatologists say that after a certain level, SPF is just as effective as a lower number, so I don't know if a 120 is more just for marketing than it is actually effective. I had purchased this last year because I was going to Las Vegas in the summer and I was like, let's just, you know, get whatever's the most powerful. And I didn't actually love this. It has a very thin texture that I did enjoy, but it has a super, super strong menthol scent that it makes it impossible to use on your face because the smell is so strong. It stings the eyes. Did not love that. So I ended up using it up on my body, you know, when taking my dog out and things like that. So would not repurchase this one just because the menthol scent is absolutely insane. Last up, I had the Perfume MD Photo Brightening Moisturizer SPF 30. I had decided to try this one because I love the Perfume moisturizers in general, even though they are really spendy. My skin just really loves them. So I decided to give the sunscreen a go, and I just really prefer Asian sunscreens. I feel like the texture and the experience of using them is so much nicer. This was just a more traditional sunscreen that felt thick and sticky on my skin, and just for textural reasons, I did not enjoy this one and would not repurchase it. It also has a really strong citrus scent that I don't really want in my facial skincare, so would not repurchase this one, and it was just fine. I have a couple of eye creams here. The first one is the Perfume High Potency Growth Factor Firming and Lifting Eye Serum. I didn't really notice a huge difference in using this. Obviously, there's only so much an eye cream can do, but it is a nice texture. It soaks into the skin well. Because it is so thin, you do end up using this a lot quicker than an actual eye cream. So I think that is something to note because this is pretty pricey. I would possibly consider repurchasing this in the future, but I still have a few other eye creams to work on. And then I also had the Tony Moly Plumpkin Retinol Eye Cream. This was so cute, and this is a very generous amount of product. It is a 1.06 ounce product, which is basically the size of a lot of moisturizers, but it's an eye cream, and you can see I fully use that up. I actually bought this about a year ago because I was like, oh, spooky season is coming up. This will be so fun for that, and I absolutely love this little pumpkin. I think it's a fine eye cream. I didn't notice any huge difference, but it didn't give me milia or anything like that. But I do think this is really good value for money because, like I said, this basically lasted me a whole year of using this nightly. So if you're looking for just like a large volume of eye cream, I would definitely check this one out. Okay, and then a couple of cleansers here. First off, I have the Senka Perfect Whip Beauty Foam. This is fine. It's a very affordable, but you really have to do a lot of work to lather it up, and I feel like it can be a little bit stripping and drying on the skin. So if you have a really dry skin, I would not recommend this one. I just didn't love the way my skin felt afterwards, but like I said, this is super affordable. Then I also have a Curology cleanser right here. My boyfriend uses Curology and had an extra one, and I actually had fully, you know, used up all of my face wash, so I was in need. This is fine. It's not my favorite. I had actually used Curology myself in the past and have used this before then, and I really don't think it cleanses my skin to the level that I prefer, but I think it's a nice basic cleanser. Then last up, I have the e.l.f. Holy Hydration Bounce Back Jelly Cleanser. Really love this one. First of all, it's $6, which I think is a great price. I do run through it kind of quickly because it's fairly small, and you know, it's not a cleanser that foams up and you know, you can use less of it, but I think this is really nice. I love the way it makes my skin feel, and like I said, you really can't beat the price on this one. Okay, moving on to hair care. I have a couple of new favorites here, which is exciting. The first one is the Redken Dry Shampoo. I've already repurchased this. I think this was in a last empties as well, but I repurchased it in the bigger bottle, which is like this size. It's huge, but I really like this one. It's really one of the only dry shampoos that I've ever really enjoyed. It's really cooling. It doesn't leave a white cast on my hair, and it really just blends away seamlessly and really does a lot to refresh your hair. So I really like this one, and I'm super glad I found it. Only con is it's super expensive. Then next up, I have the IGK Extra Love Volume and Thickening Shampoo for weightless cleansing and fullness. This is really funny because I have a lot of hair and I honestly don't need volumizing or want that. I'm basically like in Princess Diaries when they, you know, the before picture when her hair is just like a huge triangle. That's me. So normally I don't go for volumizing shampoos, but this cleanses the scalp so well, and I feel like this can help me get a few extra days out of a blowout. So I really like this one. I've been playing around with a few different more high-end shampoos than I used to, and this one is definitely on my list of favorites. I also have a hair mask from Andrew. I'm not sure if it's Fitzsimmons or Fitzsimons, but this is the Virgin Repair Mask. I thought this was fine. I really felt like it kind of weighed down my hair and made it take longer to dry. I'm not sure if that has to do with my hair porosity or anything like that, but I picked this up at Ulta because it was about $8 on sale, so you know, it was fine, probably would not repurchase. Then to finish up hair, I have a couple of the hair scalp products that I've been testing over the past few months. My ultimate thesis on these was that I don't think they're necessary and I can get just as much mileage out of washing my hair twice. But my favorite of these is the Nexus Clean and Pure Scalp Scrub. I think this is really nice. It's my favorite of these scalp scrub that I've tried, and I've tried many of them, and this is, you know, it's not cheap, but it's on the more affordable end, more mid-range end, so I do like this if you're looking for a scalp scrub. Like I said, is it truly necessary? No, but I do enjoy this one. Then I also had two products from Paul Mitchell, the Tea Tree Special Detox Kombucha Rinse. This one is so strong smelling, and I don't really think it did anything for my hair or my scalp, so would not repurchase this one, as well as the Tea Tree Special Detox Foaming Salt Scrub. I just really didn't like this one. First, it's really small, so it's bad value for money, and you have to use a lot each time just to get it close enough to your scalp to be effective. So this wasn't my favorite of the scalp scrubs. I didn't really like the texture. It didn't really foam up or do much, you know, in my preference. So I wouldn't repurchase these, and I'm really off the whole scalp treatment game. Okay, so getting to the fun part, which is makeup. I used up a couple of items in my project pan. I'll link that video in the cards, but I used up the NYX Suede Matte Lip Liner in the shade Kitten Heels. This is a nice lip liner. I did enjoy the color, but towards the end, I feel like this was getting really dry, and I don't love ultra dry lip liners because while you can make a more precise line, kind of tugs at the lips, and I feel like sometimes the lip line looks a lot harsher and more severe than I prefer. So while I do have a lot of these in other shades in my collection, I'm not sure if I would keep rebuying these after the experience of fully using this one up. Also used up a ColourPop Pretty Fresh Concealer in the shade Fair 10N. This was way too light for me, but I ended up using it up by wearing it under lighter coverage bases. So I would put this on first, blend it out, and then top it with like a light skin tint or something that I just wanted to boost coverage to. So this really worked well for that. I think it's a nice formula and it's really affordable. I just didn't love the shade match for me. Then next up, super exciting in my opinion, I used up a lipstick. This is the MAC Powder Kiss lipstick in Mull It Over. As you can see, it's done. I could dig into there, but I'm not going to. I did really like the shade, and I love MAC, but I don't like this formula as much as I did when I first purchased this. I feel like it really is that thin, slippy, silicone-y texture that emphasizes any lip lines on your lips and dryness, and I just don't think it's super flattering. So really happy to have this one used up and out of my collection. Then next up, I have a little sample card of the Makeup Forever HD Skin Foundation. I know a lot of people like this one, at least in the old formula, but this just did not blend well on my skin and I did not enjoy it. And then I had the NYX Plump Right Back Electrolyte Plumping Serum and Primer in just the mini size. I did really enjoy this one. I got this when NYX had their big like anniversary sale. So I really enjoyed trying this. It's nice. It's a good product. I don't know if it has a place in my collection just because you know, it's fine, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be repurchasing it going forward. And then last up, we have some fragrance. So I have a couple of candles here. First up from Bath & Body Works is the Fresh Amalfi Lemon Candles. So as I said earlier in the video, I also used up the body cream in this. And I do like it a lot in the candle version for the kitchen or something like that. I think it's just a really nice, very basic lemon scent that is super refreshing and nice for spring and summer. Then I also have a candle from a small indie brand, and that is the Kyler Handcrafts Peach Jam Candle. This smells so good. My boyfriend loves this one. If you like just beautiful peach scents, this is one to try out. It is a really small brand, but I really, really like their candles and I think they're super nice quality. Then last up I have a candle declutter. This is Summer Boardwalk from Bath & Body Works. This is one of the strongest candles that I have ever experienced from them. It is insane. So this has notes of caramel glazed popcorn, warm toffee apples, and salty sweet cream. 100% that is correct. The candy corn scent is really strong. This smells literally like popcorn. It's wild. I did actually really enjoy this one and I liked having it out, but there's no way I can finish this because it is just so dang strong. Like I would burn it for half an hour and then we'd have to blow it out because it had just permeated the whole house with this popcorn scent. So while I think this is really fun and I love to see a strong burning candle from Bath & Body Works, this is just way too intense for me. Then last up, I used up a full-size perfume. I talked about this in my monthly perfume tray video, but I used up Ocean de Joya from Giorgio Armani. I just really love this. I bought this earlier this year and that was my first time owning this perfume, and as you can see, I ran through it. This is only a 1 ounce bottle, so it's not very large and it's a really light perfume, so you do have to overspray a little bit, but I just really, really enjoyed this one. I've been loving using it all spring and summer. It is just a super pretty, you know, a little bit sweet, a little bit floral, a little bit aquatic perfume that I just think is so, so perfect for the warmer months. I'm definitely going to repurchase this one at some point in the future, maybe next year, and definitely in a bigger size bottle. That's all I have for today. Thank you so much for joining me. If you like Empties videos and hearing my thoughts on everything I've used up, I hope you'll stick around and subscribe. And as always, thank you so much for watching and have a great rest of your day. Bye.